Okay, grouping. Here's what I think about when I hear grouping. GCF on steroids. That's all a grouping is. GCF on steroids. Here's what I mean. Take a look at example 1. We're going to use what's called grouping to factor this even more. Because it's partly factored, but it's not factored all the way. So do you see that we have a left side and we have a right side? What I need to know from you is, what do both sides have in common? Tell me everything. Tell me everything that they have in common, the left and the right side. What is one thing they have in common? 8. Here you go. Colin, can you tell me what the left and the right have in common? We there? We there, Colin?
Yeah, I forgot to unmute myself.
It's all right. One job.
Contain inside the parentheses.
Yeah. What's inside the parentheses?
2x plus 1.
Okay, we're going to take that out. It's a GCF, guys. 2x plus 1. That's why I call this GCF on steroids. Yesterday, we might have just taken out a 2x or just an x, but now we're going to take out the whole darn thing. 2x plus 1. And in the second parenthesis is, what is left when you take out a 2x plus 1 from the left and the right? So let me ask you that. Here you go, 10. What's that? Whoa, Caroline, you're on fire. Hold on. From the left, when you take out a 2x plus 1, what's left? Everybody see that? Just x is left. And on the right, Caroline, what's left?
7.
Darn right. Great job. Everyone see that? Took out a 2x plus 1. X plus 7 is what's left over. Okay? In this class, unfortunately, 1 doesn't make you great. We got to do another one right now. So go to part B. First, what's in common? Both the left and the right. What's in common? Here you go. Oh, Caroline, where you at?
X plus 4.
Thank you. X plus 4 in common. Now I got to write what's left over. Be careful here. This is a trap. Focus in right now. All right? Focus in for me. 7. Will, you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. No. You are ready. Left side. I took out x plus 4. What's left, Will?
X plus 8. X plus 4.
Whoa, I took out the x plus 4.
Yeah.
So what's left?
2x plus 8.
There. Okay, ready? 2x plus 8. Stay with me here, Will. I'm going to help you with this next part. Everybody focus in, please. Okay, Will, ready? I took the x plus 4 away. What's left on the right side?
X minus 2.
Okay, that's what you think. That's what everybody thinks. They're going to write this. Minus x minus 2. That's wrong. It's incorrect. Here's why. Everybody look. Look at your screen. Ready? You got to take that minus sign and distribute it through what's left. Remember that. Okay? When you subtract, it's crazy. Will, you want to tell me again what's left now? Minus x.
Negative x plus 2.
Yeah, there you go, big dog. Good. Negative x plus 2. We all see that. I'm not going to make it to next period with this voice. All good? But that's embarrassing. We don't want to leave it like that, though. Don't leave that second parenthesis like that. You're an embarrassment to the math community. 2x minus x, positive 8 plus 2. All good? Watch out for subtraction. It's a killer. Killer. Okay? So everyone's getting the hang of grouping, right? Okay? Let's take it a step up now. Let's step it up. Let's go to exercise 2. Woo. All right, I got a question before we start that, though. Woo. 14. Oh, boy. Abigail, you ready? I got a few questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay? Easy questions for you. You'll do well. How many terms up there? 4. What do I make a big song and dance, I yell. What do I always ask you guys to look for first?
GCF.
Can you see any up there, Abigail?
No.
Yeah, me neither. We've never done this before. 4 terms and no GCF. Okay? So from now on, if I see 4 terms with no GCF, that is automatic grouping. Automatic. 4 terms, no GCF, we're going to group. Ooh, how do I start? I got to group things together. Ready? Usually, we're going to be okay by grouping the first 2 together and the last 2 together. Okay, usually. If not, I'll show you what we do at the end of class today. Okay, group the first 2 and the last 2. From here, we're going to take a GCF out of each. Okay? Out of each grouping we've just circled, we're going to take a GCF out. Okay, so 10, here we go. Caroline, ready? What can you take out of that first grouping?
9x squared.
Good. So I'm going to take out a 9x squared. You want to tell me what's left, Caroline?
2x.
Oh, come on. Learn. 2x.
2x plus 1.
Yeah, good job. Plus 1. Nice work. Okay, here we go. Take a GCF out of the next one, but some of you may have a problem with that. Here we go. Hunter, ready? Can you take anything out of the next one?
You take a 1 out.
Yeah, if you can't take anything out, you take a 1 out at least. Good, Hunter. You take a 1 out. And what's left, Hunter, when you take a 1 out?
You got 2x plus 1.
Good. And you know you've done grouping correctly when what's inside the parenthesis matches. That means I'm doing it correctly. Because now look, guys, doesn't that look like the 2 problems we just did above now? Okay, what's in common on both sides? Let's finish now. Here we go, 18 going deep. Donovan's not here. Perfect, 17, here we go. Kean, ready?
Yeah.
What can I take out that's the same on both sides?
2x plus 1.
Yep. And then in the other parenthesis, what's left over when I take out a 2x plus 1, Kean?
9x squared plus 1.
Boom. Great job, guys. You just factored that 4-term one. Anybody think they can go further with 9x squared plus 1? Anybody think that's difference of 2 perfect squares? Woo, come on. Anybody think they can factor 9x squared plus 1 because it's perfect squares? No, why not? That's got to be subtraction. It's got to be subtraction for you to factor that. Yeah. Okay, everybody good? 1 doesn't make you great. Let's go to part B. Stop what you're doing. What are you doing? Here's what most of you are doing. Da, 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 da. Everything I've taught you so far, out the window. Out the window. Caroline, what's wrong?
We need that GCF.
Darn right. Look for the GCF first, guys. Look for it first. Sucked you in again. There's a GCF for all 4 terms. Don't group yet. You're not ready. 15. Here you go. Eliana, what's my GCF first?
5.
Yes, thank you. Great job. So we'll take out the 5. And what are you left with, Eliana, if you don't mind?
You're left with x cubed.
Yep.
Plus x, or 2x squared.
Good.
Plus 4x.
Perfect.
Plus 8.
Good job. Thank you. Now you have 4 terms, no GCF. Right? So now we'll group what's inside the parentheses. Okay, here we go. Now you can group them. So here we go. We'll group these two, and we'll group these two. Just remember, make sure the 5 gets in your answer at the end, right? Put the 5 down. All right. First grouping, what can you take out? Here we go. 2. Isaiah, what can you take out of the first grouping?
X squared.
Go ahead. X squared, and what's left?
What is that? X plus 2.
Good job. You're done. Thank you. Okay, next. What can I take out of the second grouping? Here you go. 8. Colin.
Yeah, to unmute myself again. 4.
Take out a 4. What's left?
X plus 2.
Better be, because I group wrong if it's not X plus 2. Okay, let's finish. Finish. You're not done here. Common mistake. Every year, guys, common mistake. Kids think they're done here. You got one more step. 2 parentheses. Here you go. 6. Mason, here we go. What can I take out?
We can take out the X plus 2.
Yep, and then when I do that, what's left over?
Yep, X plus 2 and X squared plus 4.
Got it. Thank you. Good job. There it is, guys. Okay, make sure you go all the way down to 2 parentheses. Perfect. Nice work. Questions from any? Oh, geez, no, it's not correct. Why not? One job, Carlino. One job. What'd I forget?
The 5.
Yep, one job. Now it's correct. Okay, any questions from you guys? You guys are doing a nice job so far. Okay, one little thing I wanted to tell you about grouping. Okay, take a look at example 4. Do not force grouping if it doesn't work. Okay? Everybody thinks, oh, this is a grouping problem, so I need to group, I need to group, I need to group. No. Take a look at this example because I made a mistake when I did this. So, what I did first was group, right? There was no GCF, 4 terms. I tried grouping. Watch what happened when I tried grouping, everyone. Take a look. I took a GCF out of the first. I took 2x squared. That's correct. And I'm left with x plus 5. That's correct. Next one, I took out a 7. And I was left with x plus 3. That's correct. But here's the problem. What do you need to know about those two to continue on with grouping? They got to match. Right? They got to match. And they don't. So you can't group. There's nothing in common to take out, guys. Okay? There's nothing common. So don't force it. This is it. Here's the problem. There's no GCF. Okay? No GCF. These two are not in common. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up. Don't force it if it's not going to happen. All right? Woo! Okay. Moving on. Any issues? Going? All right. We're going to see more and more of the following problems because they love to put them on the Regents exam. Prove the following identity. First thing I want to talk about is what are they asking? Okay, before we do any math, what are they asking? They are asking you guys, ready? Listen up, please. They're asking you guys to work on one side of the equal sign and make it look like the other side. Okay? So we're going to work on the left to make it look like the right, or we can work on the right and make it look like the left. Because we're doing grouping, we are going to work on that left side and cross our fingers and pray eventually in step 5, 6, or 7 of our math, it's going to look like the right side of the equal sign. Okay? So what I want you guys to do first, so we can stay organized, is just draw a vertical line down where you see the equal sign. That's not really vertical, but whatever. So here's our goal. We're going to work on the left side, and hopefully, if we're doing it correctly, it's going to look exactly like the right side when we're all done. Okay? So let's start. I got a few questions. Here we go. 17. Here we go. Kian, ready? Is there a GCF?
No.
How many terms?
4.
So if there's no GCF, 4 terms, we automatically think what?
Grouping.
Grouping. Let's do it. Okay, back to you guys. Here we go. Bassett, here we go. What can I take out of the first grouping?
3x squared plus 2x squared.
Yep, I want to take something out. I group those two together. Now the next step is to take something out of it. So what can I take out that's in common?
X squared.
Yep. And what's left?
3x plus 2.
Good job. Good job. Okay, next. What can I take out of the second one? And remember, you have to have 3x plus 2 left over. So make sure you tell me the correct number to take out. Here you go, 10. Ooh, Caroline, what do you want to take out?
-9.
Okay, hold on. You cannot take out a positive 9, guys. Because if you do, the signs are going to be switched on 3x and 2. And then what are you left with, Caroline, when I do that?
3x plus 2.
Good. Does it match the right side yet, guys? Does it look like the right side? Not yet. So that means keep working. 16. Here we go. Catherine, what can I take out of both the left and the right now?
3x plus 2.
Good job. And now what's left over in the second parenthesis?
X squared minus 9.
Good. Take a look. Does that match my right side yet? Almost, but it's got to match exactly. So that tells me I can still do something. Look at those 2 parentheses. Your eyes better light up from the last 2 days. You can still work on one of those parentheses. 3. New one here. Anna, which one can I work on?
The x squared minus 9.
Go ahead. So I got 3x plus 2.
And then x minus 3 and x plus 3.
And then look over to the right side, guys. We did it. We did it. Okay? Last thing I need you to do is just to show that they're equal, is just to rewrite the right side for me. To show that we did what was asked. And if you're feeling warm inside, you can put a little check mark next to it like we did it. Okay? So that's what it means when it says prove the identity. You pick a side to work on, and hopefully your math will match the other side. Okay? Could we have started with the right side to work on? We could have, but we're doing grouping, so why not work on the left? Okay? I got a tougher one for you. Okay? Prove those 2 sides are equal. Woo! Okay, so let's at least get our line down, right? And because we're doing factoring, we're going to work on the left side, cross our fingers and pray that it's going to match the right side eventually. There's something you guys don't like about this. There's something new here. First, if anybody's thinking about it, please do not try to combine these x squareds here. All right, don't. Leave it. Don't try to combine it. Good job. Good idea if you tried, but don't try to combine them. Just leave it the way it is. All right, I have a couple questions for somebody, like usual. Here we go, 17. Kian, ready?
Yep.
Do you see any GCF I could take out?
No.
Yeah, me neither. How many terms are there?
6.
Are you kidding me? Guys, 6? I said you could group with 4, right? All right, I'm going to change my definition. I'm going to make it more detailed. You can group with an even amount of terms. 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever. Okay? You can group with an even amount. How do you do that? Triple group. Right? Here you go. Ready? Here's what I mean. Group the first two. Group the second two. And group the last two. As long as you have an even amount of terms, you can group them. Same thing applies now. Let's take a GCF from each of them. Here we go. Anna, ready? What can I take out of the first one?
X squared.
Yep. You want to tell me what's left?
X squared 1.
What was that? Minus?
Minus 1.
Yep, good. Thank you. Okay, let's keep rocking. What do you want to take out of the second one? Here we go. 15. Eliana, what can I take out of the second one?
Would it be negative 5x?
Okay, if I took out a negative 5x, I'd be left with negative x squared, and I want positive x squared, so change your sign.
So just positive 5.
Just positive 5x, yep. And now what would be left inside?
X squared minus 1?
Yeah, that's what we would need. And I can tell you're unsure there, Eliana. If you're ever unsure, go back and redistribute and see if you get back the original problem there. Okay, if you're ever unsure, you took out the wrong one. Okay, next, last grouping. What can I take out? Or what should I take out? Here you go, Anna, back to you.
It would be 6? 6?
Make sure I want x squared minus 1 at the end.
So negative 6.
Yep, negative 6, and now you're left with x squared minus 1. Good. Okay, it does not look like the right side, obviously, so let's keep going. Just because there's 3 of them, the rules don't change. Here we go, 6. Mason, what can I take out of, what's in common in all 3 of those things?
The x squared minus 1.
Yep, so I'm just going to take that out. And then in the next parenthesis is everything that's left. What's everything that's left, Mason?
It's x squared plus 5x minus 6.
Yep. Everyone see how that worked? I don't have 3 parentheses at the end. I just still have 2. Okay, I still have 2. Does that look like the right side, guys? Does that look like the right side at all? Nope. So that means I can keep going. X squared minus 1. Eyes light up. Here we go. 14. Abigail. How can you factor x squared minus 1?
Divide it.
What do you mean divide it? I want to try to keep factoring, remember? Remember, they're perfect squares, so how can I factor this?
X plus 1, x minus 1.
There you go. Still does not look like the right side. That's because I can factor the next parenthesis. Remember, this is where we started factoring yesterday. 3 terms, right? Number out in front is 1. So you guys are looking for 2 numbers that multiply to negative 6 and add to 5. 2 numbers that multiply to negative 6 and add to 5. Eight. Colin, you got those 2 numbers that could possibly multiply to negative 6 and add to 5?
Forgot to unmute myself. 6 and negative 1.
Positive 6 and
Negative 1.
good. Still doesn't look like the right side though. Almost. Notice the right side. Hey guys, notice the right side says x minus 1 all squared. How do I get that? Well, how many x minus 1s have I written down on the left? Take a look. How many x minus 1s? I got 2 of them. So I can rewrite it as, there you go. That takes care of both those x minus 1s. And then I have x plus 1 and x plus 6. And look at. We match, finally. We match. Be organized when you do these. And there you go. Good job. Okay, how many linear factors? When I ask for linear factors, basically how many parentheses did you end up with? Okay? Sorry, I'm not confident in my ability to spell parentheses, so I just put the parentheses there. So how many did we end up with? Well, ready? We got x plus 6. We got x plus 1, but here's why I asked this. How many x minus 1s do we have, even though we wrote it like this? How many x minus 1s did we have? 2, right? So we had x plus 6, x plus 1, and 2 x minus 1s. So how many linear factors? We have 4 of them. Okay, 4. Even though 3 of them are listed up there, remember the square tells me x minus 1 happened twice. Okay? Questions from you guys? All right, last thing I need to show you before we call it a day is what about these? Okay, what about this? Okay, 9. Here we go, Hunter. Is there a GCF? I ask you to look for a GCF every time. Is there one?
No.
Nope. How many terms?
There's 3.
3. And what's the number out in front?
6.
6. Thank you. Guys, we haven't experienced this yet, where the number out in front is another number other than 1. Whew. We're going to group. We're still going to group. And some of you are like, wait a second. You just told me the only time I can group is if I have even terms. And you're right. We're going to take these 3 terms and turn them into 4 right now. Okay? We're going to turn them into 4 terms. First step, ready? First step, multiply your A and your C value. Multiply A and C. So we end up with what? Negative 30. Multiply your A and your C. Next step, to turn it into 4 terms. We're going to keep the first term. We're going to keep the last term. But we're going to turn negative 13x into 2 separate terms. Okay, this is how we're going to make it into 4 terms. Okay, what do I put in those 2 blanks? 2 numbers that multiply what you got here. So 2 numbers that multiply to negative 30, but will add to that middle number there, negative 13. So that's what I'm going to put there. Can you guys think about 2 numbers that multiply to negative 30 but add to negative 13? Just because we're running out of time, I'm not going to keep calling on people here. We have negative 15 and positive 2 will do the trick. But I still need to question. Mason, question?
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay. I still need to put x's with them though, right? If I'm going to get 13x. And now it looks pretty familiar, right? Now, everyone see how I got those 4 terms before I move on. You multiply A and C, 2 numbers that multiply to it, and then add to that middle term. And now how many terms do you have? 4. You can group. We've been doing it all day. And there you go. I don't think I got to hold your hand past here. We can keep grouping. So I can take out let's see, 3x and be left with 2x minus 5. Doesn't look like it can take anything out of the second one. If that's the case, it's always a 1. And now I finish grouping. There it is. So you just got to make those 3 terms into 4, and you'll be fine. Okay? I know we're not going to get to it, but on number 8, I would rearrange this first. So all the exponents go in order. Okay? Take out a GCF, then group. Okay? Take out a GCF, then go group. Any questions you have? Any questions you guys have on the assignment, email me right away. Okay, please remember the assignments due Sunday by midnight. Check your darn answers before you hand it in, please. Okay? Great job. Great job. I always end Friday class with the seniors telling you, remember one thing, nothing stronger than ginger ale this weekend. All right, have a good day, guys. Be healthy.
Bye,
See some of you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, guys. Behave.